Hi everyone. Good evening.
Hi.
Like what? Blessed autumn equinox?
Yes, happy mid-autumn, one evening late.
One evening late. Okay.
Well, of course, if you were at the meditation workshop yesterday, then you would have already known mid-autumn and
Yeah.
celebrated with us at the workshop.
But I think it's like if you look at the planetary alignment and all that, I guess like today itself marks the official mid-autumn, right?
From the
The
equinox standpoint,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, from the full moon, I think it was actually a bit earlier than the evening. I think
Okay.
it was early night, last night.
Yeah. Are you supposed to share something?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, hi everyone. Hi Saman Zaidi. Hi Chang Feng. Alright, thank you for joining us. Okay.
Yep.
So I think tonight's session itself is like just after all the whole autumn thing. Okay, tonight we're gonna relax a bit. We're gonna discuss about like autumn equinox. It's like why is it so important? What does it really mean? Okay, and what can we actually do to maximize our potential? It's like based on the season, on the timing, and also what we call like in terms of selection date or seasonal selection, what autumn equinox can actually in a way like gift us, okay, and how we can actually in a way make the best of it based on the heaven, earth, and man alignment. All right. Chang Feng, super gorgeous background. Yep, okay, credits have to be given to Nicole. She's shy, pretending shy lah. She never shy one. In fact, she will insist that I give her credits and okay. But yeah, this one I really have to give it to her. Yeah, she actually created the whole background since I mentioned to her that, oh, tonight I want to do a Facebook Live together with Gong Yu Kok. Okay, and she created this. And yeah, she even created like how to put both of us together in one scene. Hi Leah Tay, okay. Hi Ice, okay, from Singapore. Annie Sheen. Wow, ooh la la, you see who's there, darling? Mei Guan Yap.
Wow.
Hi Sally, okay, greetings from Singapore. Hi, okay. Hi Mei Guan, we miss you a lot.
Yeah. Wow,
Okay.
that's a nice surprise.
Yeah, hi Tony Lau. I think she only appears just because you're here. I think every time she see me alone, right, she choose not to appear.
Really?
Yeah, tonight
How would you know that?
she knows you'll be appearing, ma.
Did you tell her?
I'm no, of course not.
Oh, I mean she. Okay.
I'm sure she just sees on her Facebook that my life pops up and then suddenly she sees you and then she appears. Correct or not, Mei Guan? Hi Katie Gore. It's a joke lah, okay? Mei Guan is a very good friend. Okay, Rave Red, Katie Gore, Nelly Choi, okay, Albert Chan, hello. Alright, thank you so much for tuning in. Again, the same thing. If you can, please do help us to share the session out. Tonight's session will be like all about the autumn equinox. Okay? What is it about? Why is it important? How does it play a part, okay, in terms of our life strategies, planning for ourselves, okay, and how does it play a part in terms of our reflection of the energy of this particular season, okay? So how to actually bring the best out of it, okay? Because in metaphysics, including even TCM, right, okay, Chinese medicine and all that, you know that every season itself, right, they have a certain things to do and not to do. Even if you really look at like Yongxin, you know, the TCM method of like even the diet that you eat, the food that you intake also, it's like every season they have different types of food, different types of spices, okay, whatsoever not, okay, for different season in order to help us balance or harmonizes the energy or chi within ourselves. Okay, hi Elena Chiu, okay. Mei Guan Yap, see now, she already finally admit,
Is she?
yeah. Okay, yeah, my husband ma, she said. Your daughter also here, come and claim ma.
Yeah. Once upon a time at a
Yeah.
at a particular dinner, right?
Yeah. Hi Lei Chor Etten. Okay, Jessie Fu, hello. Alright, again the same thing. Those of you who can actually help us to share out the session, okay, please do help us to share it out, okay, so that we can actually reach out to more people. Alright, today we're gonna talk about, okay, of course, autumn equinox. Okay, all right, so now what exactly it is autumn equinox? Now the first thing is if we even look at the word equinox itself, right, I mean I've just searched over it, like it's not that I'm like so good in my English, okay, no, I'm a walking dictionary, right? Because when you Google the word equinox, right, in Latin it's supposed to mean equal night, right? So you know that, okay, throughout a year itself, okay, right, throughout the whole year there are 2 days, okay, that actually marks equal night and equal day. or almost equal lah. It's like the most balanced, okay, days in the whole entire year. There are two. One of it is actually autumn equinox, and the other one is actually spring equinox. All right. So now autumn equinox itself, right? Okay, for those of us in the northern hemisphere, okay, you will see that today itself. In fact, northern or southern hemisphere also, you will see that almost like from pole to pole, we almost see a more balanced and equal day and night. I mean, it won't be exactly 12 hours versus 12 hours, okay? But plus minus, it will be more balanced, okay? Right, comparatively to a lot of places in the North Pole or near the North Pole itself, right? Okay, they have summer which they don't even actually experience nighttime, or they have winter, okay, timing where they don't even see the sun, okay, for the whole entire 24 hours. All right. So in autumn equinox itself is where you see, okay, the balance between day and also night. In other words, it is actually a balance between darkness and light. All right. So for us in the northern hemisphere, from today onwards, okay, supposedly it's on the 22nd of September.
That's right.
But for Malaysia, I mean Singapore.
Yeah, for the more eastern part of the world.
Yeah. Okay. So these places itself, right? Okay, we actually enters officially midnight, right? Tonight.
From
Past midnight.
Past midnight. Actually, for Malaysia, Singapore time zone is actually about 3 a.m.
Yeah, yeah.
2 plus almost
2
3.
plus or 3 plus, something like that. Okay, I've just searched about it. Okay,
right.
so we only officially entered, okay, later on past midnight, about like 2 to 3 a.m. Okay, so once we entered, it means that it marks a day. Okay, for us, that means that it's a very balanced day and night, yin and yang, dark and light. All right, so what can we do during this so balanced day and night, okay, or light and dark, okay, or yin and yang? All right, so now the first thing is, of course, for northern hemisphere, okay, autumn equinox marks, okay, the most balanced day, because after today itself, gradually you will be seeing, okay, the night or the dark is getting stronger, and the light or the daytime is actually getting lesser and lesser as well. All right, so that is one of the things in terms of observations of the day and night time. Okay, that's something that we can actually in a way tell, okay, from autumn equinox onwards.
Right.
So when it comes to metaphysics, you know that of course yang represents something like more external, more yang, something that achievements for us and all, right? Okay, whereas yin or the darkness itself represents internal, okay, like emotions, okay, what we have inside of us, fear related, okay, and also in other words, you can also put it in terms of fulfillment. All right, so of course tonight onwards, right, okay, for people who are very clear in their life, they're very clear with their life purpose, they're very clear with their soul purpose, it means within them, they're carrying with them the light within. It means that, okay, their life itself, right, is not so easily affected by external impact, okay? For these people, when we entered throughout the rest of the autumn season or fall season, and then we go into winter, where there's totally no light at all, no fire at all. So for these people who are so ready and so clear, then the chances is it shouldn't have any issues or any problems, okay, for them facing with the external factors in life. Now, the thing is, if, okay, by any chance some of us might not have that clarity within us, okay, we are still unsure, right? The job that we are doing, we are still not sure whether it's really the job that we truly like enjoys. A lot of people are like that, okay? Like even the business that they are doing, they have sometimes doubt about it. It's like, is really this the thing for me, or the industry for me, example, okay? Or sometimes even come up to the extent of relationship, okay? Is this the right one for me? Sometimes you often have that doubt, okay, of that question marks that pops up. Now for these are people, okay, during autumn equinox onwards, it will be a time where we say it's like a test for us. It will be a moment of a lot of tests that will come to us, because we do not have that internal light. We do not have that, what we call that clarity within us. So the upcoming days itself, you will see that, okay, it might actually, the things can get like, how to say, glimmer. It's like things will become darker, and then more fear will actually arise from it.
Right, and I also want to put it in the context of this particular equinox, as in number one is the autumn equinox, so it's different than the spring equinox in terms of the element of the season and so on. And now we're clearly into the second half of the year marked by the entrance into autumn. So that's one perspective already. Even though we talk about the balance, right? The balance that the equinox actually entails, which is basically a balance of yin, balance with yang, and then also with the daylight hours and so on. But there's a clear difference between the spring equinox and the autumn equinox, where the autumn metallic energy is, of course, all about contemplation, reflection, and so on. So that's one. Second of all, we have to put into context that this autumn equinox is also different than other years because we're in a different year. We're in the metal ox year, where the overall energies are actually very metallic, which also basically are very watery as well, because metal attracts water. Both these elements are also in the ox already. So that's why the whole importance of knowing where our fire is, right? Knowing how to be clear about our passions and the inner work that we need to do, especially for this autumn equinox in 2021's Sinto year, is even more relevant, it's even more important.
Yeah. And I like the point where Kong Yu actually mentioned that knowing our fire is very, very important. Because a lot of times, right, I see people get into like so-called like bad luck or whatsoever, right? Okay, so-called bad luck. I mean, to me, it's like up to now, I realize that there's really no such thing as bad luck. Bad luck is just a way that somehow a part of us are in a way like restricting. Is it going against the flow of things? Okay, means that when we go against what we are meant to be or what we are meant to do, okay, when we try to go against that particular energy, that's how we actually experience so-called bad luck. So in other words, bad luck happens to us, okay, to actually in a way waken us up. Okay, it wakes us up, okay, to give us more light, to shed us more awareness into our life itself, that hey, you're on the wrong direction. Okay, right, this direction itself, I mean, okay, let's not use the word wrong. Okay, I'm being very, very careful with my words here. Okay, because there's really no such thing as right or wrong. Okay, at the end of the day, it's just experiences, decisions, and also in a way, right, consequences, and also in a way like preparations to actually like take all these consequences because everything it act out of a certain decisions that we decided. That's what we call karma.
I would actually say it is actually, you're not in the ideal direction towards the journey of your maximum destiny and potential.
Yes, it means that instead of like taking the most prominent, like direct path, the path that you're meant to be, probably we swindle around. It's just like some back end alley or some dead alley. Okay, that somehow like it's like your energy is like calling us back. Is hello. Okay, this is not the path that you're supposed to go. Okay, that's how it actually works in terms of energy. So therefore, I realized that autumn equinox, or what we call the Mid-Autumn Festival, where most of us have celebrated last night. Okay, where people have this lantern observing the moon and all those things, right? Those of you who attended the meditation sessions, we mentioned about that, why observations of the moon is so important. All right, and also it's like why people light lanterns, candles, okay, during autumn equinox. Because a lot of people, okay, not only in terms of like Eastern celebrations, even Western celebrations, in autumn equinox itself, right, they have like certain rituals, like in lighting the candles. And lighting the candles, as Kong Yu has put it also, is like igniting the fire, okay, igniting the fire within us, and in a way trying to ensure physically or externally that the fire do not dies out. All right, so I think also for me is like personally, I think that like a lot of people find it so easy to actually just do things externally. Oh, just let me know. It's like, oh, at autumn equinox, after this it will get darker. 1 month later, you will totally not be able to see fire anymore, because once we enter into winter, all right, there will be no existence of fire, okay, in the whole entire winter season itself. So it's like a lot of people will succumb to easy way out, okay? Then they will just say that, okay, what can I do? Lighting a candle, it's easy, okay? Just make sure that, I mean, on autumn equinox, I just light candles. If not, I can light candles from tonight onwards, okay? All the way up to winter solstice, when the light comes back out again. But you see, this type of things is just technically external man luck factor or psychological factor to remind us of what we need to do. I mean, to me, I always believe in that. Whatever we do externally. So, right, since we are on the point, right, it will be good also tonight if you're an author at home, okay? Or let's say at home itself, I mean, if you don't mind, okay, you can actually light a candle. Northeast area will be a good area, Northeast tree itself. Just put a candle there, okay, to in a way welcome the autumn equinox, okay? And also in a way to signify, okay, that bringing or continuous of like fire, igniting that fire within us. But I believe that other than just external doing rituals like this, okay, to help us to remember, like, you know, like how to ignite the fire, it is very, very important also for us to work on the fire within us. All right.
Yeah, which is, in a nutshell, I mean, we talk about the fire element, it will be about, you know, one's source of passion, where is it that you're driven and your excitement. Usually, if we're self-aware now, we know where these areas lie, and of course, to be specific, then it will lie within certain of the 10 gods in your personal parts of the chart. But on the overall, we know that fire has to do with exuberance, excitement, energy, joy, expansion, and overall, you know, like a overall concept of joy. Sometimes we say happiness, but happiness can be very contingent or attached to something else.
Yeah.
So that might not be the best level or manifestation of fire. But if you look at ultimate joy, and what drives us and what makes us excited, that is where the answer usually lies. And it's different for different folks. Right? Different people find different things motivating and exciting, and how transformative that energy can be is very different from person to person.
Yeah. And as mentioned also, it's like, you know, in Chinese tradition, why do we have like Mid-Autumn? And this year's itself is actually quite special because you see that the Mid-Autumn Festival is just one day apart, okay, towards the autumn equinox.
Correct.
Okay, it's just like one day apart because today, in a way, all right, 22nd this year itself is already the autumn equinox, and like the Mid-Autumn was yesterday. All right, so therefore itself, right, okay, that's why earlier this year when we had the meditation sessions itself, right, okay, this month itself is the conjunction, the alignment between the solar calendar and also the lunar calendar. So that marks an very, how to say, balanced alignment between this yin and yang energy. So I will see that, okay, this year and next year is a very, very special year for us to look or work on, okay, the realignment of self, okay, to get ourselves prepared for the better years to come, to get ourselves prepared for that great transformation, for that great change, okay? In fact, if you can see externally, everything is forcing us towards that change. It's not that whether we like it or not, the whole pandemic thing, okay? The whole like sudden advancements of technology, okay? You can see that it's like a lot of us probably, I mean me, okay, maybe some of you have actually been using Zoom, etc., okay, even before the pandemic. But for me, all right, everything is still very old school. You know, everything, even though it's like there are certain countries who are so advanced that they already have like multiple and a lot of like online classes and all that, all right? But to me, it is still too comfortably in that like physical classes context. Now, until the pandemic kicks in, okay? And then only I realized, I mean, we considered very lucky because we started very early. I remember once we go into MCO in March, already we are aggressively doing all these workshops, okay, online workshops, thankfully to our sponsors.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay, thankfully to our sponsors. It's also the sponsor for tonight.
Proactive group.
Yeah.
Called J Group.
And it all started also, remember darling, it's like on that Facebook live one day, okay, between we did a Facebook live together. Oh, you can see my hand cross over. Oh my god. Okay, I moved too much. Sorry.
Behind the scenes magic.
Yeah. All right. So you realize that it all started ever since that Facebook live that you and I did together to talk about the whole pandemic, to talk about like the whole COVID thing, okay, and how like, you know, we mentioned about like, you know, the hexagram of the year and all those things, okay. And from there only it triggers the attention of the founder of J Group, Jennifer Yap, of course, and she sees this as in like, wow, okay, this is something interesting. And from there onwards, I remember, is it 3 or 5 sessions, online workshop, and the rest is history lah. Seriously, yep. We have workshops every month. If I'm not mistaken, it's like 30 over workshops only with J Group alone. I've forgotten, ever since last year, October or November, I've constantly having my Facebook Live every Wednesday without fail. Thanks to all of you. Mwah, love you. Okay? Really, it's like, it was so amazing for me because I never thought that I can do this, okay? If you've seen all my previous Facebook Live itself, you will see me one day And after that, I will disappear for a few months. Okay, I'll be flying around doing other things. Okay, and after a few months, I will appear again. But this I'm talking about continuously since last October, if I'm not mistaken. All right, all the way up to now, every Wednesday without fail.
Yeah.
All right, and this is what the external universe or the energy is forcing us to change.
Correct.
Yeah.
There's so many layers to it. Looking into the whole past 18 months, there's so many, and because Jessie has covered a lot of it, I've spoken about it as well in similar contexts, of course, with our own, slight different nuances here and there. No, I just wanted to comment as well, but I saw Meikwan's question.
Yes, I saw that too.
Northeast tree, yes.
You see, we have to exactly see your questions. Oh, so many questions and
Because
greetings.
that was the only one that was was a question
just
per
because
se.
her daughter helped her to pop it up, okay?
Yeah, amen.
Right, heart
Amen.
shut also. Now someone is like playing favors, okay? Now someone is showing us like heart shut. Hello, like and share. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
okay,
Meikwan aim
Sabine.
at 60 degrees.
Yeah, 60 degree.
That would be
So-
where the target direction
Yeah,
is.
so it will be good tonight later on after the Facebook Live, right? Just take a compass out, your phone or whatever, stand at the middle of your house itself for those of you who have not done any of this sort of like ritual activations before. And then take out your compass and then turn to 60 degree, okay, northeast. Okay, 60 degree northeast, and towards that direction itself, right, place a candle, just like a candle, all right? And that will actually, in a way, ritually, okay, in a way, represents the igniting of the fire within us, right? At least that is a good thing to do in a way that every time we look at the candle, like tonight before we sleep or whatever, it reminds us to constantly have that fire within.
Yeah.
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 All right.
That's very important, right? So fire energy, I've also done a Facebook Live dedicated to that, right? Igniting the fire for the rest of the months, for the rest of the year. And then also I wanted to talk about the equinox point and how, if you look into so many aspects, metaphysical aspects of it, of which we've listed out throughout our discussion tonight, and also in the other bits and pieces throughout the other Facebook Lives and so on, together with the fact that Jessie also mentioned, right, the alignment of the solar and lunar beginning, right, for the month of September.
Yep.
So it's all converging during this time, and it all signifies this major balance point. This is all about that. It's all about that balance. It's all about that yin yang. It's all about the light versus the darkness, and so on. And I feel that is where also we can actually use the energies of the moment for, yes, the reflective period that the more metallic element basically allows, but also for a balance and contrast. So it's good for us to actually examine the aspects of our life that come into our awareness from this perspective. Like, for example, if you're balancing logic against heart, right, the logical brain, right, and then use that heartfelt, real, true, felt energy to balance the perspective up, right? Other ways could be something that is, you're trying to figure something out on a very day-to-day basis. Try to use a strategy of the bigger picture, right? The balance of the overview of the problem or whatever situation that you're trying to find a solution to. That is probably where you can get the depth of the answer that you're looking for, and so on, right? Masculine versus feminine, that's another area you can look into, right? Remember, overall masculine, feminine energies are not within a particular person, or rather, it's not defined by male or female, but you have both energies within
Ourselves,
right? Whether we're male or female, and maybe that's where you need that to strike that balance, right? When you can do the deeper reflection into these ways, you can actually use the energy of this balance that is super strong right now of yin and yang. I think that's where a lot of the answers will lie if you put that into perspective.
I'm not so sure though about like Western astrology, okay, because it's like Western astrology is always like your turf, right? Okay, I'm more like China and I'm the Chinese part, okay. But if I'm not mistaken, I remembered seeing that this year's autumn equinox is somewhere on Libra or something, is it?
Well, they first of all, the way I have been analyzing Western astrology is, of course, with the foundation of Chinese astrology. I mean, that's still my main baby. And if I'm reading a chart, it will still be parts related, right? But where I find that it is useful in terms of, doing some analysis and study in the Western astrology is in two parts. One is that it covers the inter-season. It gives you a bit more clarity because to answer Jessie's point, right? Yes, the autumn equinox point is the first day of Libra season.
I see.
That's right.
And then because just now you're emphasizing a lot, and we are emphasizing a lot of like balancing and all
Correct.
that. And I mean, I don't know about the rest of the sign, but I remember that Libra is that scale thing, right? Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's
Right.
also about like balancing as well.
Correct. So it's Libra season. It kick-started with the autumn equinox, and that's what it signifies every single year. But if we put in the context of the other layers of information, the fact that it is Sin Chou, very metallic, watery year in terms of Chinese metaphysics, and the fact that that the concept of balance is super important.
Yeah.
Also, the point that we spoke about, which is the coinciding of the lunar and solar calendar with the autumn season, with this entrance into the Libra season, with autumn equinox. So it's like all happening at the same time. So it's really powerful.
Yeah. Okay. And also, as I mentioned, like just now you mentioned, it's like it's not all the time you can find that the lunar calendar and the solar calendar starts exactly on the same day. And this month itself is actually like where you see these two calendar like initiating on the same particular day itself. Okay. Even like mid-autumn and also of course autumn equinox is just a day apart. And these are phenomena, I mean the chances is probably like once every few years. And I like the previous topic that I've talked about, right? The next one coming that you will see like the alignment together on the same date, starting on the same month itself, right, will be in 2024. And that is officially once we have entered, okay, wholly or officially into period 9. That's only when you will see this potential happening again. It means that after this month itself, right, of this alignment, okay, upcoming one will only happens in 2024. And that's the amazing thing, because when we do the calculations of all these like astronomical alignments and match it back to astrology, that's how we actually comes up with the strategy, as in like, what are the things that we can do now? I mean, now you see that up there is aligning. Okay, so down here, what can we do? What can be done? All right. So, and that's all the purpose. I believe that that's the purpose of all astrology. It's not about paranoia. It's not about like, like superstitious. Okay. It's not about like doing certain rituals that looks great, like convenience sake, but yet not much hard work or inner work. Okay. Because in order for us to really transform our life and all these things, right, I personally believe that, okay, all these astrology things is a good tool to guide us, to give that clarity to us, to give us the light when we are in the darkness, okay? But the thing is, we have to walk through those darkness with this help of astrology too, okay, to actually give us the clarity so that we can actually endure through that path in the dark itself, so that finally all of us can emerge in the light. All right. So yeah. So a lot of time when people choose to go into those like easy to do rituals, okay, like a candle is not that difficult. Let's just do it. Okay. It's good for us to do it, but don't forget to always work for us. I mean, for ourselves. Really work for ourselves. All right. So and that's the part where I also find that, do you have any more things to say about the autumn equinox? If not, I want to actually share, it's like the workshop that you have.
I'm pretty good. I mean, my key point is really, this is not just any autumn equinox. This is not just any September Yule month, right? It's especially powerful, especially potent, especially from a concept of balance, assessment, evaluation, reflection.
Yeah. And so for those of you, hi Venus Ting, hi Marie. Marie is all the way from France, okay? Hi Mei Chan, all right? Romex, you have done the lighting of the candle. Very good. Thank you so much. You are a great student, okay? 好乖嘅, okay? Always listens, okay? Exactly what to do. Means at least puts in the effort, okay? To actually make those changes, all right? So again, for those of you who are like, just tuning in, okay? Now, I want to share because I know that, okay? Kwong Yu has a upcoming event or a workshop, okay, that he has curated, okay? It is Own Your Personal Power with Bazi, okay? And of course, this workshop itself, I've gone through it. I personally, in a way, think that I've seen how much effort he put into it. I've seen like, how... You have to stand away. Okay, it's blocking. You don't have to totally stand out. Let them see your face.
Yeah,
come
I'll
on.
just show these key details first.
Right. No. I still think that you have to actually let them see half of your body and your face. That not all, but half enough. Yeah. Okay. All right. So I know Gong Yu actually curated this.
I'll move in the shop now. Yeah.
Okay. Why are you seated like? I need to read.
Okay, wait. You want? Why don't I read the details?
Can you let me read first?
Okay.
Right? You see, that's what we always get into. Okay, anyway, I know that Gong Yu has his own Your Personal Power with Ba Zi, where I have seen how hard he actually like worked towards it, right? How hard he actually curated all the contents within it. So I mean, if you're interested in Ba Zi, okay, I mean, it's like you wanted to start somewhere, you want to see the power of Ba Zi, okay, how it can help you, how it can help to transform your life, okay. I know he's getting very, very impatient. He wanted to talk. Let's not let him talk. Come, look at me. All right, okay. So this is happening on the 9th of October. Okay, this is happening on the 9th of October. It's a Saturday, 9:30 a.m. up to 1 p.m. Okay, it's online via Zoom. Okay, and today we are actually selling it for 50 ringgit. Okay, it's like a taster class, but trust me, inside this program itself, the informations are very powerful. And not only that, okay, he has upgraded the information. Okay, because I think the first round that he have done it, he felt that it could be better. There are more things he wanted to share, okay, and he have upgraded the session. So if you're interested, do scan on the QR code or actually click on the comment below, which later it will appear because he's busy now, not free to share the comment. And I let him say, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we have friends.
Our partner has helped.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Yep, thank you so much.
Someone else? Okay, all right. Yeah, I think it was Chinkit. So yeah, the details are here. Right? So it's on the 9th of October. That's a Saturday, right? And it's from 9:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. So it's a 3.5-hour workshop. And I am making some changes, some alignments of the material there, which I taught a few weeks back. And I highly suggest it to anybody who is interested. You can be a beginner. It will be a good way for you to get in touch and get a feel of some key parts concepts, right? Because it goes beyond just the surface level, right? It actually goes fairly deep for a 3.5
Trust me, for that $50, you're spoiling the market. It's really deep.
Yeah, but I thought it's a good intro for beginners. That's one. And I thought that it is so super relevant towards, like basically going where we want to go by period 9. I mean, we talk and emphasize so much about that, like getting ready for period 9, getting ahead and getting a head start in period 9 from the year 2022 onwards, from Modern Tiger year onwards. But the key thing that always stops us, including me, I've been through so many years of grappling with personal power, right, is really the lack of it, the lack of the courage, maybe self-confidence. It could be also due to the influences of other people which we subconsciously program in our mind, that we don't be authentic and so on. That blocks us from actually making decisive change and proactive change towards improving our lives.
Yeah.
So that's why people get stuck knowing what to do but not actually working on it. Right, and it's a very common story for many people who try astrology, right, or maybe they first get to know about concept like feng shui through placement feng shui, which is not really feng shui, as you know, and then they get stuck. They don't progress, even though they've stepped into the study, they've stepped into the information and knowledge. And why they get stuck is because of the lack of personal power or the giving away of personal power to external and other sources.
And the meaning of personal power in terms of energetic energy field, okay? In terms of energy field and all that, okay? The personal power comes from our solar plexus area, all right? And it's really, really also, in a way, it's very, very important because that is the self-worth, okay? How we value ourselves, like how much worth we think we are worthy of, okay? And the good thing is, of course, I know the content, okay? And of course, the good thing is like, no, I mean, he's like a so much more patient person than me. Obviously you all can tell, okay? All right, okay. All right, so I mean, if you're really like, wanted someone to really like, just patiently share with you the meanings, how to actually make these breakthroughs in your life, how to actually in a way invigorate the energy in your solar plexus so that somehow we do not have that much of fear interfering with all our decisions and our actions in life itself, so that we can actually courageously take more like decisive action. Okay, right now all actions itself, everyone makes mistakes, okay, me included. Even though I mean, in a way, I truly believe that even those, if you are like a master or so-called how people address you, okay, but there are still mistakes in life, okay. That's actually the whole purpose of the yin and yang. But the thing is, okay, when we are courageous, when we have the power to actually make all these in a way, decisions that might lead to certain mistakes, okay? But the thing is, we are ready also in a way to face it, okay? To face these mistakes, all right? Right? And therefore, it's like, I personally find some things like personal power, a lot of people think that, they are lacking of like that good enough thing. Right, a lot of people, up to now, right, I'm sure that we have consulted numerous people as well, and they always find that they are not good enough. Now, what I personally think is, you see, you don't have to be good enough to be the king. Right, the moment we compare ourselves with other people, it's like recently I did a research. It's like, I mean, if you're aware, it's like what is the king, okay, of the animal kingdom? Animal kingdom on land, okay? It's like I'm sure some of you will know. Who do you think, or what do you think is the king of the land animal? I'm sure all of you watch Lion King, right? Okay, right? So you see, it's like, no, if you really think about it, right, lion is considered the king of the land on animal. The animal on land. But if you really think about it, right, lion is neither here nor there one, right? If you really think, if you ask about like the fastest animal on land, it's not the lion.
Not the lion.
Yeah, okay. If you ask about the biggest animal on land, obviously it's also not the lion, it's the elephant. Okay, fastest, if I'm not mistaken, is cheetah, right? Okay. If you ask about the most intelligent animal on land, it's also not the lion. It's chimpanzee. Okay. So why on earth is the lion the king of the animal for land? Now, if you really look about like the king of the birds, okay, like birds who flies, okay, it's also like quite amazing, because somehow I remember these things is like when I ask my children, is like, how do they see me if I'm an animal? Okay, of course most of them say that I'm a lion, except for my eldest son. He actually say that I'm an eagle. Alright, and I search it up, okay? That prompted me to search eagle, and I find that eagle is actually the king in terms of the birds kingdom as well. But again, if you see, right, if you actually search, okay, not Monkey King, Eric, you're being naughty, okay? All right, Monkey King here, sitting right in front, okay, doing all this behind the scene work, okay? Make all this like magic to happen. Now, if you really look at the eagle, right, okay, eagle is the king of the flying birds, okay? But again, right, if you search for the fastest birds, okay, it's also not the eagle, it's a falcon. So to me, it's like, okay, if you search for the biggest, it's also not the eagle. Okay, biggest bird is also not the eagle. If you search for the smartest, right, the crow is even smarter than the eagle. The parrots are smarter than the eagle. But why this like eagle and lion becomes the king in terms of their own kingdom? Their attitude, their power, their personal power, that makes them the king. So therefore, it's like really, really important, okay, for us to actually chicken 美观
Why of all animals?
Chicken is to empower you, 美观, make us more powerful. Thank you so much lah. I mean, in a way, tonight's session, you see, is like I have guests here. I want to relax. I want to chill. I just want to do some sharing with all of you. At the same time, hopefully, it can also enlighten. Okay, we learn something out of it. All right. So really, I mean, if you feel that, okay, like waking up to your personal power is something that calls out to you, do join Kong Yu on the 9th of October. Okay, for this session itself, it is very, very, in a way, we say intellectual. Okay, you have a lot of awareness, awakening, all right? And hopefully through the sessions itself, it can actually enlighten or ignite the fire within you and keep the fire throughout the winter seasons that we are about to go through.
Correct.
All right. Okay, enough of selling for your stuff. Okay, come to my stuff first, okay? Right, now for some of you also, you've been asking, in fact, I see that many of you have actually purchased it, even before I personally launch it, just because I think I mentioned in like a recent program that I did, okay, about my Star Equilibrium pendant. If you see that I've stopped in a way selling it for some time, I have those stocks, okay, but the thing, you can open up everything, okay, so, but the thing is like, no, I didn't really sell it because I don't see a specific dates that is worthy, okay, of selling these pendants yet, okay. But of course, those of you who actually attended the Grand Centurion workshop or Grand Centurion Portal, you know that next year, February 18 itself is a very, very special date, okay. It's a date of a lifetime. In fact, it might be a date for 3 lifetime, okay? Because it won't come back until another 180 years later. So therefore, if you feel connected to this pendant, it's my creation, all right? It's my baby. It's made of gold, 18 karat gold, 750 like okay? All right, it's yellow gold. So the white part is actually in a way like how to say it's not painted. It's what tinted. Oh no, it's like what they call plated.
Plated.
Painted. Yeah, that's me, okay? All right, so the white part itself is actually plated, okay, into white gold, okay? But the whole thing is yellow gold. Yeah, previously I'm selling for $599, okay? So, but now we have to include the GST into it, okay? So, $635 is GST inclusive. I purposely launched it today because this is the day that marks the balance between yin and yang. The balance between like day and night, okay? And that's the sole purpose of this star equilibrium pendant. That's why I don't want to launch it first, and yet there are some of you already purchased it. You can't wait, I know. Thank you so much, okay? Any one of you who've just purchased it who are here, okay, listening, let me know. All right, so if you're interested in this, I highly recommend you to actually get one. I mean, if you want to actually invest in a gold, and there's a diamond in it. It's not big, it's a small diamond, but all these are genuine gold and diamond, okay? It is not very big in size. Now, I have provided 2 previous Facebook Live that I dedicated to explain about the pendant, the whole total Facebook Live, the meaning of it, why, how does it help you in terms of like the art of conscious living, okay? How big is the pendant? How does it look like? I even have my daughter wearing it to show you, okay, to roughly gauge the size. Please go through it. It is in a way a very 3D dimensional, okay? And this diamond itself, okay, it's selling by 635, but remember, the link is there if you want to purchase it. You cannot take it or collect it until after February 18. All right, why is it so? You can reserve because we have limited stock, okay? So you can reserve your pendant. All right, we need to wait until February 18 where we do the rituals and the blessings, because that is a special day. All right, and I have to do it right February 18 midnight past 3 a.m. because that is the best timing. All right, so if you want, you can reserve one, purchase it, okay? Put your name, whatever name that you want us to actually do the blessings for you, and then after 18th of February next year is when you can collect it. All right, so yeah, this one, if it calls out to you, do check it out. It's something that I highly recommend. Right, so far I've seen that I'm very, very blessed that I see a lot of people, my children are wearing it, even my children's boyfriend are wearing it. Even for guys, it's quite unisex. I mean, if you're okay with it, all right, so wear it, and in a way people sees result. Now, I'm not promising that you wear this and your luck will come to you. Again, you have to work towards it. You have to actually work for breakthroughs. You have to harmonize your internal self. You have to challenge yourself to be better. Now, if you're willing to do that, heaven, earth, man, when the heavens align, we have to doing the right thing in the right environment with the right purpose, okay, within us in that earth luck, okay, and having the man luck, the art of conscious living, to remind us, okay, to stay on path, to stay on like whatever that we need to remind ourselves into doing, okay. This pendant is for you, and basically it's actually a balancing, and it also harnesses wealth, okay. Now I say wealth here, not only is material wealth, okay, but in terms of abundance, okay, it means fulfillment and harmony. So if you're interested, okay, get to know more about this. I have shared, okay, in a way, the link to the previous Facebook where we talk about this, okay. So do actually see it as an investment, all right. But I do not want you to be in a way like superstitiously get into it by believing getting this magical pendant and your life will transform. But of course, encrypted with it with a lot of intentions, symbols, okay, that bring out the power within us, okay. And with that power, it helps us to actually, in a way, stay on the light path. All right, and of course, other than this, we also have a free workshop, and this is a workshop I'm sure many of you has already in a way signed up for it, okay. For those of you who has not signed up, right, I really urge you to sign up for the Grand Centurion Portal workshop, okay. So this is the ebook. You can actually get a copy of the ebook, and then you go to the workshop now, right. Even those of you who has attended it before, I urge you to attend again, especially those of you who have actually created the saltwater cure at home, because in October is the date that I'll be giving you to remove this year's saltwater cure. because by October itself, the 5 yellow has already entered the center. So there's no longer need for us to actually put, okay, the saltwater cure, right, at the position that we are placing it for 2021. Because once October comes, the 5 yellow resides at the center and it will stay there until throughout 2022. So October is actually the month where we can actually, dismantle, okay, remove the saltwater cure. Those dates itself will be also added into the Grand Centurion workshop together with the rest of the activities and also dates of activation, which is new, all right, for us to get ourselves prepared in the months to come and all get up towards that big date that's coming in February 18, 2022. All right, so basically, darling, why are you standing outside of the frame? Right, this is happening on the 26th of September. It's 2 to 4 p.m. Okay, it's fully sponsored, so it's free. Okay, so just click on the link, okay, to join this, or scan on the QR code, right, to join this particular session itself. It's all fully sponsored by J Group. It's free, and then yeah, the information in it is, it's good. Okay, I work hard for the information. Join this workshop itself. Okay, it will help.
That's
all
right.
right.
Yeah. So all the little, pieces of information, all that, yeah, meant to, of course, help maximize all the opportunities and potentials that we have at the moment. Yeah. So every little bit helps, and this one window of opportunity also interestingly gets a lot of comments as well. Generally from people who have maybe not familiar with metaphysics, and they ask,
Yeah.
So that's good, because it gets people involved, it intrigues people as well.
All right. So thank you so much, okay, for your time. Remember, tonight will be a good night if you can actually initiate a lighting of the candle. All right, no harm doing it right at your northeast tree, which is 60 degree. All right, northeast. Right, just light the candle before you sleep. Okay, to in a way ritually, remind us, okay, that we in a way commit to igniting that light within us, okay, and also commit to, in a way, ensuring that light, okay, to keep on burning brightly, even though externally it will get dark, okay, because it is getting dark, because after today itself, you will see that the daylight is getting lesser and lesser, okay, and the night time is getting longer and longer. So this signifies that things will come as a challenge. Externally, if you look at like Chinese astrology point of view, when things get dark, okay, fear will creep out, okay, there will be more challenges, especially for people who are not so ready for it. All right, so ignite that candle to remind yourself whatever comes, okay, the light within us cannot be put out.
That's right.
All right.
Yeah.
So I think basically that's all.
Yeah, and also keeping that light alive and burning is already super important. And what more when it leads us into the opportunities that next year will bring.
Yeah.
Well,
okay.
right?
Remember, next year itself, if we do it right, okay, it will ensure at least the upcoming 12 years of abundance. Next year is the year for that great manifestations. I'm sure all of you have heard about like the law of attraction, manifestations. Everyone try to manifest, but you see, we have to wait for the best timing to do that. Okay. So next year is that the great Centurion timing. It comes every 180 years. We are so lucky that we are living in this era to witness this. Okay, so I mean, for those of you who really wanted to enlighten yourself, to go through the ascensions, to ensure that through these 2 years times itself, right, you want to bring yourself to the highest, most possible ascensions in your life itself, these 2 years will be the best timing for us to work on it. All right, so thank you so much to all of you, right? Thank you for joining us, okay? Thank you for relaxing with us, okay, as well. All right, so wishing you all the best, okay? Blessed autumn equinox. That's and then wishing all of you with love and light, okay? Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a wonderful equinox. Good night.
Bye-bye. Good night.
Bye-bye.